Hey there, Wondering Watchers. Welcome to this Pick a Card love reading, which explores the intimate spark between you and a certain someone. Whether you are curious about a budding romantic connection or you want to reignite some flickering flames of passion, this tarot card reading reveals exactly what is fueling the physical and emotional connection between you and your person. Keep in mind that these cards only provide perspective. It's your choice and your actions that lead to the ultimate truth of your situation. You have agency over your life, and you make the decisions about how you experience it. For those of you ready right now to begin your romantic chemistry lesson, the link to each reading is in the description box below. I have in front of me 3 piles of cards with gemstones. In pile number 1, we have the Pulp Tarot and Tiger's Eye. In pile number 2, we have the Mermaid Tarot and Malachite. In pile 3, we have the Witch's Tarot and Peacock ore. Pick the pile of cards or the gemstone that you feel drawn to the most for this reading. If you don't get the messages you are hoping for in an initial reading, then feel free to pick another pile. If you don't get the messages you are hoping for in any of the readings, then it may not be for your best and highest good to hear such messages at this time. Feel free to pause the video if you need more time to choose your reading. Once you've made your decision, go to the description box and click the link for the corresponding pile. Now it's time to tap into the cards, choose your romantic chemistry tarot adventure, and let's make magic happen. Welcome back. This is the reading for group number 1, those who picked the Pulp Tarot and Tiger's Eye to reveal what's behind the romantic spark between you and a certain someone. I have here 3 pieces of lucky green aventurine to create a partition for the reading. I'll use the Pulp Tarot to see what intensifies the romantic chemistry for you, and I'll use Housewives Tarot to see what intensifies the chemistry for your person. So here we have Tiger's Eye, and this promotes confidence and courage and action, kind of to go after what it is that you want, what your heart desires. So there may be those of you in group number 1 who would like to be bolder in expressing or showing your feelings for someone, or perhaps are feeling the urge to move things forward with your person in terms of intimacy or even the seriousness of your relationship. So let's explore how you make your person feel more connected to you. You have here the 8 of Cups and the Ace of Swords. So group number 1, you're pretty much kind of help your person figure out what really isn't worth wasting their emotions on, or what, wasting their time on, and kind of moving on and getting a new perspective of things. Kind of really cutting through the emotional fog of things. To some degree, for some of you in group number 1, it's almost as if your person feels more connected to you when you are almost walking away, kind of showing less interest. It's almost, I get that sense of like a challenge, and kind of when they get back in your good graces or talking to you again, it's kind of like they feel victorious. So since both of those things kind of going on, we also have here the Ace of Cups. So group number 1, you make your person basically feel more connected with you by kind of giving, like being yourself when you are like happy, showing affection, not just to your person, but your environment, and really just like lifting everyone up almost. So, well, we're not going to take all those, but we'll take these 2. We have the Queen of Cups, and the Knight of Wands. So group number one, it seems that your person is drawn to not only your tenderness, your ability to like listen and really feel that like emotional bond with each other. Your person there's something about you that kind of, it could be what drew you to the tiger's eye in the first place, that aspect of being bold, and it's attractive. It's something that they are really kind of drawn to. And so it seems like if you are the type of person that is kind of pulling back, and they see you as almost like a challenge, a potential victory, that's kind of what is lighting them up. But also, it's not just like a challenge or just a chase. There are these concepts of like emotional connection and even like, mental connection. So I'm gonna pull up one more card. We have this Judgment card. So group number one, you make your person feel more attracted to you when you almost kind of like won't put up with their crap. When you kind of call things out as it is. It might not be that you do it so, bluntly. Maybe you do it in a way that is playful or fun or like really concerned. But however you kind of put them in check, they appreciate it, and they are even more like attracted to you and want to kind of learn from you and spend time with you. And for those of you who aren't the type to pull away, it's not to say that you need to start pulling away. All these other things still indicate that your person really is connected to you because you help them kind of see what's important going forward, see what matters, and move on from, negative emotions, negative thoughts. So let's see what else we have here for you, group number one. We have this card of intimacy. So I was saying, it seems like there might be those of you in this group who really want to move things forward in terms of intimacy, physical intimacy. And it's not necessarily that you just need to, get naked with a person to feel intimacy. It could be just sitting with them in silence if they have a bad day, or it could be just rubbing their shoulder. If you're in a room with other people and both of you are kind of your attention is you're talking to someone, they're talking to someone, and kind of like a pass by of like rubbing on the shoulder, not necessarily trying to take them away from whoever they're talking to, but just kind of like, hey, I'm checking in. I know you're there. That's a form of intimacy. And here, going back to that aspect of helping them, helping them see what really matters and not getting weighed down by crap, it allows them and even you to kind of be more true to yourselves, because in these moments of intimacy, there's vulnerability. You're kind of letting your guard down, and it's almost like they feel safe doing that with you. It's like they trust you. You have here the Divine Masculine. So group number one, your person feels more drawn to you when you recognize the Divine Masculine in them. That the things that they do in terms of being successful in life, making things happen, that they are doing it in a way where you are like supportive of them, and not, recognizing that there are different ways they can accomplish what they want to accomplish in life, and that the way that they are accomplishing it is, being respectful to, their own kind of energy, their own masculine and feminine energies, and that you are like in agreement with that. So if for those of you who kind of aren't feeling that you are supportive of how your significant other is like meeting goals or succeeding in life, or their attitude about being successful, then definitely kind of have that discussion, because here they're really thinking that you guys can be intimate and reveal a lot about yourselves, and they really kind of appreciate that you let them be vulnerable and soft, but also recognize and help them to embrace their successes and their more like courageous actions moving forward. So what else do we have? We have creativity. So group number 1, you are drawn to your person's ability to really snap out of, snap out of their own junk, and get back into the here and now and focus on what's next or what's the potential. So it's almost as if you are kind of going back and forth, because I feel like these cards, especially this intimacy card, it's showing not necessarily like how you make your person feel, but almost like how you feel about your person as well. And like because these cards here, you've got these people like together, so it's almost like a mutual thing. But yeah, it seems like your person is really on this journey with you, and they feel really drawn to your ability to help them to kind of navigate this new world for them, of being tender and strong and vulnerable and even protective of what they want in life about you. And also kind of you're almost helping them to see new possibilities for themselves, possibilities for the future for the two of you. And so that is kind of making your person more attracted to you. You have this on fire card. So again, that concept of passion, of confidence, of courage, of like really just being, bold and moving things forward. So if you're feeling it, it seems like they're feeling that too. So we have this shine brightly. You got fire, you got shining. So your person is drawn to your energy and your passion, and the fact that, like I said, it's like you are helping this person tap into what it is that they desire in life, how they can express themselves, and how they can almost maybe get like positive reinforcement for things that they may have in the past just like downplayed or blown off or didn't really give a lot of significance to. We have this allow card. So group number 1, your person is more connected and drawn to you when you allow them to almost allowing them to change. You are definitely showing them like a path forward. You're showing them like the potential, but they are finding in themselves things that you're not telling them or you're not directing them to. You're allowing them to kind of on their own figure out how they're feeling and the things they're good at. And they really, it's almost like they communicate well with you, or you communicate well with them. They're really like benefiting from this connection with you. So let's see what else we have. We have this movement card. So like I said, group number 1, if you're wanting to move things forward, it seems like they are too. It's almost like you guys are like in sync. Like you both are like working together, and even like more of a force being on that same page and wanting to go in that same direction. We have this magic card. So they they are attracted to your magic, the magic that you are really, it's like this creativity card is really drawing my attention. There's a lot going on here. And this is like just, could be an average day, but you add one element of magic, one element of possibilities that has to do with you. And it just like opens so much more in terms of what they're experiencing, in terms of what they want to share with you. So let's see what else we have. We have illumination. So it's kind of like this fire and shining brightly. So group number one, you make your person feel more attracted to you by you kind of like shining your inner light, your inner love, your inner, what's it called? It's like they're almost using you as a mirror. So they're definitely attracted by how you are going through life. Maybe they see you being bold and confident and making moves, and they are really attracted to that, and they really want to almost like mirror what it is that you're doing. Not necessarily in a weird way, but in a way of like, almost they see you like a role model a little bit. So let's see what else we have for you, group number one. We have this regret card. So to me, it's more like when you are kind of in moments of not feeling so strong and confident, like kind of wondering if you did something wrong, or, kind of trying to figure out things for yourself, they feel like they could, it's like they could step up and be that protector, that you would allow them to, assist you, and not necessarily see it as some type of, what's the word I'm thinking? Like patronizing you. Like they see you as someone who is strong, but if you allow them to be, they want to be that person as well. So in those moments where you are not at your best, where you're like thinking you wish you could take something back, or thinking that you wish things went a different way, they're like drawn to you to kind of be the person for you that you are for them. You have this trust card. So group number one, your person really, it's like this movement card and being like in parallel. And even actually I'm looking at this magic card where it's kind of like working together and symmetry and reflections. It really does come from a place of trust, especially intimacy, being vulnerable with each other. They really are attracted to how much trust you have in them. Maybe you don't outwardly show it, or maybe you do, but they are, for them, the romantic chemistry has to do with them kind of almost feeling like you're not looking for the flaws. Maybe you're past that stage, or maybe you haven't gotten to that stage yet, but they are really feeling that like they can be themselves around you, and if you call them out on something, they can change in a way, and they know you will let them kind of like change and like choose the higher ground or the better path to go without necessarily trying to knock them down in the process, or trying to make yourself, like seem better than them. And then you have this romance card. So group number one, your person is drawn to how, this Ace of Cups, this Queen of Cupness, how you really are caring and tender, and maybe you are someone who pays attention to details like, the things that they like to eat, the things they like to drink, the things that give them a sense of comfort, that, tap into the divine masculine, allow them to kind of devour. It's like offering up what they want to devour. That's something that they're really not only appreciative of, but kind of makes them keep going back for seconds. So let's dive into what it is your person, like about your person, that fuels the flames of passion for you. So group number 1, we have here the Knight of Swords, and we have the Temperance card, which is interesting because Temperance is kind of like peace, patience, finding like middle ground and kind of like weighing things out. And the Knight of Swords is more like, I'm going to go in there, I'm going to do things, I'm going to say things, I'm going to make things right, but not necessarily know the whole story or have a plan. It's a little bit of kind of, it is that knight in shining armor type of thing. So it seems, group number 1, that you are drawn to the way your person kind of tries. They try to do the right thing. They try to, say or make things happen without needing to be nudged type of thing. And that basically you're drawn to their ability to kind of learn from it, to learn from their mistakes. Like Temperance is, you have here these different words on here. You have anger, justice, joy, sorrow. So it's kind of blending together like the extremes and working to find like what works, like a common ground, middle of the road, what works. So it seems like you are drawn to, like how I was saying, you might call them out and you allow them to kind of find that higher perspective, to take the high road. You're drawn to that as well. Let's see what else we have here. We have here the Sun. So it does seem that, and you have the illumination over here. It does seem like you are drawn to your person the same way they're drawn to you. This sense of joy, this sense of having almost like this inner light that you're not apologetic for, that they're not apologetic for. So you're drawn to their ability to kind of take center stage and to be happy, to kind of go after what they want in life. You have the Emperor. So group number 1, again, that concept of going after what they want in life, like to take center stage, to make things happen. Maybe you see them really going far in life. Maybe they already are. Maybe they are really, have this divine masculine energy that you are not only drawn to, but helping to nurture, because, the Emperor is masculine energy, but with this divine masculine energy, it's like recognizing and also embracing the feminine energy as well. Like in the traditional Emperor card, there is a little like stream that flows behind the Emperor. It's not the main focus. Emotions are not the main focus, but it's there and accounted for. So here you also have the High Priestess. So there's that divine feminine energy again. So you are, wow, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards, and 4 of them are Major Arcana cards of power, of like knowledge, of joy. So you really are connected to the potential of this person and what they're teaching you as well. They could be teaching you how to really enjoy who you are and embrace your boldness and your spark, your light. Here with this High Priestess, it's as if you know that there may be almost a little bit of mystery. There's things that they could say and don't, especially with this Knight of Swords. You think there's a lot more there to unlock, and that what is going to kind of come out of it is like amazing. You have here the King of Cups. So it could be group number 1 that you see your person as that potential long-term love interest, that person, that life partner, because you've got the Queen of Cups here, you got the King of Cups here, got the Ace of Cups. It's almost like, your soulmate, your partner in life. You kind of are attracted to this person because it's almost like it's meant to be, and you already know it. So let's kind of see what else we have here. We have here the silver waterfall. So group number 1, your person's ability to help you kind of move on from things as well is something that you are drawn to. Your person's ability to kind of help you just recognize that you are more than the like, little annoyances. It could have to do with like this regret over here, when you give them that opportunity to be there for you. It's like you think that they are doing a good job of helping you through those moments. So let's see what else we have. We have forgiveness. So group number 1, you're a person's ability to kind of be okay with like criticism, discussing things that might be a difficult discussion. And it's not saying that you are always like having the best of, always having fun, always having good times. Relationships of all sorts, they have their ups and their downs. And it's like your person's ability to move forward when there's a disagreement, or also similarly not try to drag you down with them, is something that you are drawn to. And it's also like you can see the tenderness in them. You can see how much they care. Maybe about you, maybe about doing what's right. We have that luminosity card, that inner light. So group number 1, you are really drawn to this person's their inner light, their brilliance. There's something about them. For this luminosity, this is supposed to be more like the luminous female or feminine, and the counterpart is, I believe, is it the divine masculine? Maybe. But this is more like feminine energy and being graceful, being like receptive, nurturing, and caring. And it's possibly related to this, their King of Cupness that you see about them. It's like the King of Cups and the Sun, like, put together. You either are drawn to how they are like that, or you see that as their potential. So group number 1, let's get some more cards here for this. We have proposal here. All right. So group number 1, it seems like you are attracted to your person's, maybe they've been hinting or implying that they're going to propose to you, or they have proposed to you, or that they want to take things up a notch as well. So or even just the discussion of potentially being married one day is something that like draws you to them or makes them more attractive. You have this hidden card here. So group number 1, there is kind of like with that High Priestess up here, there are things about your person that you still don't know. You want to unlock it, but you are drawn to that potential mystery. And it's almost like you don't want to know everything all at once about your person. It kind of like helps that romance, that slow burn going on. You have twin flames. So you both have this like illumination, luminosity, this shine brightly, this inner light, the sun over here. And it's kind of like I was saying, you mirror each other, and you are drawn to that. So let's see here. What else do I have? I have these cards right here. We have hunger. So I was talking about that slow burn, about learning about each other. There is definitely sexual attraction, sexual desire going on. So that's a big part of your attraction here. You have this rest card. So group number 1, your person's ability to kind of to kind of, this reminding me of this intimacy card, this rest card and this intimacy card. Your person's ability to like almost trust you with, it seems weird, trust you with them closing their eyes. Like they almost don't need to be on, they don't need to be on for you. They don't need to perform for you. They aren't really, it's like this cool kid on this motorcycle. Like they're really cool. They don't need to try. So it seems like that is something that increases your attraction to them. And we have this abundance. So it does seem like I was saying, either they are in a really good position in their career and in life, or you feel like they are going to get there someday, and they're on the right path for that. But it's not just material abundance and wealth that you are drawn to in your person. It's the ability to really be in the moment, to kind of, again, with this kind of concept of creativity, like it could be just a normal day and some aspect of magic, something kind of is revealed, and it's all of a sudden just amazing opportunities, amazing experiences, things taste better, things smell better. You're drawn to that kind of view of things that you are actually helping your person to tap into. So here I'm going to pull just 3 more cards. We have here strings. So to some degree, group number 1, you may know that you have a lot of influence over your person, and that might make you more attracted to them. There is that potential of you possibly pulling too hard on those strings or being devious about it, but they're not concerned. They don't think that's going to happen. And here I'm drawn to this allow card, which you have this kite string. They don't think you are going to pull those strings to make them do anything that isn't for their best or highest good, or goes against yours. You have true love. So like I said, group number 1, it seems that you are attracted to your person because you feel like you're soulmates. You're meant to be. This is true love. This is going to end up in a lifelong commitment, marriage, and respect. So it's kind of like you've got trust, you've got respect, you've got attraction, you've got emotional connection. You've got, both sides wanting to move forward and wanting to do it in ways that are very kind of allowing for each of you to kind of grow, and each of you to kind of build up yourselves while kind of building up the intensity of your romantic chemistry. So I hope this provides a helpful perspective of the intensity of the romantic spark between you and the person on your mind. We'll see you next time. Take care. Welcome back. This is the reading for group number 2, those who picked Mermaid Tarot and Malachite, to explore what helps the romantic spark between you and a certain someone. I have 3 pieces of lucky green adventurine to create a partition for this reading. I'll be using Mermaid Tarot to see what intensifies romantic chemistry for you, and I'll use Cirque du Tarot to see what intensifies romantic chemistry for them. So here, this Malachite, it provides protection, promotes healing, transformations, and new growth. So some of you in group number 2 may have been drawn to this reading because of a tendency to get swept up by your emotions and thoughts when it comes to you being in a relationship. Perhaps you tend to have trouble spotting when you need to focus more on your own personal needs as opposed to trying to nurture the relationship or trying to take care of someone else's needs. So some of you may have already worked through this and are looking for more equal footing in a relationship going forward. So group number 2, let's explore what makes that person on your mind feel connected and attracted to you. We have here the 4 of Pentacles, and the world. So group number 2, your person is attracted to you because you are really trying to figure out what you need to feel secure. Perhaps that has to do with your career. Perhaps it has to do with your sense of how you see yourself operating in this world. It does seem like a little bit of you really exploring a healthy set of boundaries and a healthy mind, a healthy body, kind of making sure that you are in the best physical, mental, and emotional health as possible. You have here the Emperor. So to me, that kind of indicates that they are drawn to you, kind of trying to reclaim your power. They may understand that you in the past have given some of your power away, or trying to make sure you, like, again, that card of like boundaries, having authority over your own life. You have here the 5 of Swords. So it could be that they understand you are learning about, situations that aren't for your best and highest good. Maybe in the past, you've had issues with people trying to take advantage of you, and they are drawn to you in a sense of you're pushing back and you're saying no, you're asserting what it is that you want in life. You have the 6 of Swords, and you're trying to move forward to a better place, trying to take the higher road, or trying to move past drama in your life and being more stable, being at peace. And here we have the King of Swords. So group number 2, it seems that the person is attracted to the decision that you've made about how you want to speak your truth, operate in life. It seems like you are more practical, really want to think through things, and they appreciate that you are kind of taking active steps in how you want to live your life and the truth that you want, the truth about yourself, what you'll accept, what you won't accept. There's a force of rationality and kind of lines being drawn. So they respect that about you. You have here the Gardener. So that concept of taking active steps in planting the seeds for your future and how you want to, again, operate, what it is that you want to invest in, the people you want to invest in, the discussions you want to invest in, what you're not willing to invest in. Again, that's that sense of what they're drawn to you about. You have this Chivalry card. So they're also drawn to either you allowing them to support the more tender sides of you that you seem to really want to protect. They sense that about you. Perhaps they are drawn to treating you the way you should be treated, recognizing the parts of you that may have had a tough time in the past. They want to kind of offer you the type of relationship they feel you deserve. For some of you, though, in group number 2, it could be that they are kind of drawn to how you want to take care of them as well, how you really want to recognize the more vulnerable parts of them and to honor who they are. And you have this Luminosity card, which is interesting because this chivalrous person here and this luminous person here, they're supposed to be considered kind of mates, they are drawn to each other. So group number 2, your person is attracted to this inner light that you have, this inner grace, this desire to live in a very like kind of peaceful world that you've created, that you've decided what's good for you, what's best for you. Like perhaps you are starting to shift from that more like analytical thought process about what you want, how you're going to get there, and what you're going to accept and not accept, and are starting to really like tune into your intuition to feel your way through, now that you've kind of set up those boundaries for yourself and those goals for yourself, or starting to work kind of like in harmony with that, with like healthy boundaries and with what you can create in the world and for yourself. You have this on course. So again, group number 2, your person is drawn to your determination, the decisions that you've made about how you want to proceed in life, how you want to make your way through, whether it's just day to day or your career, or, what's the word? Not compromising the truth of who you are. You have this Imagine card. So group number 2, your person is really attracted and connected to your desire to really improve your life situation, to really kind of see what you're made of, keeping to the side anyone else's opinions of you or views of you, and really like tapping into who you could potentially be. You have twin flames. So group number 2, I wouldn't be surprised if your person similarly has these types of kind of objectives going on for them, because it seems that they're drawn to you because they see you as kind of like that mirror reflection of them. And again, that concept of chivalry and luminosity, like working together and possibly, being representative of how you two operate. That's something that they are attracted to. You have this happiness card. So you might not be someone who's always trying to be happy, make people happy, but they are drawn to your desire to be happy in yourself, for without trying to do like a song and dance for other people, but really your own truth and your own sense of self. You have space. So group number 2, they really are drawn to your ability to take up space in the environment without apology, it's like you've made that decision for yourself, that you have determined you want to avoid the drama, you want to avoid the negativity, you want to make sure that you are secure in who you are and what you have and what you can accomplish. You have this anger card. So group number 2, it could be that some of you in the past have really tried to accommodate people who have had issues with anger. Perhaps you've tried to make them happy, appease them, change for them. Or perhaps you have situations where you have to kind of monitor that for yourself. But they are really drawn to your desire to really break through, patterns that are not for your best and highest good, and possibly try to help them with that as well, but without trying to diminish who you are. It's like this space is really like, I feel like the core of this reading here for what they're drawn to you is like you will make space for them. You can make as much space for them as you wish to, but they understand that, like with this like 4 of Pentacles here starting out, that this is your choice. This is like, the 4 corners of this space, the 4 pentacles in each corner, or the respective corners, is for you to decide, and that you need to, they understand that if you let them in, it's kind of like they need to play by your rules this time. We have chemistry. So Group number 2, your person is attracted to you physically, emotionally. There is that, like, they feel you two work well together. You have this respect card. They absolutely respect the boundaries that you're putting in place. They absolutely understand that you are going to require respect in this relationship. And you have gifts. So, the way that I see this, group number 2, is your person. If you give them gifts, it might not be like necessarily expensive gifts. It's almost as if you again, I'm drawn to this space box and these boxes that these gifts are in. It's as if you being in tune with who you are, with who you want to be, without diminishing your sense of self, without compromising your truth, without trying to create a sense of identity based on what other people expect or want of you. That is a gift to them, and that's something that they are very drawn to. So let's dive into what it is about your person that really fuels the flames of passion for you. So you have Knight of Pentacles, and you have the 9 of Swords. So here, it's interesting. I do feel like there is a similarity in the sense that your person, you're drawn to the fact that they want to do the right thing. They want to really work hard about creating the world they want for themselves. And that they are maybe in the past or still have issues with not trying to do the wrong thing or not trying to assert too much of who they are onto other people. It's like they are very aware each step of what they're doing. They're kind of aware of it, and they want to make sure they're not doing the wrong thing. You have here the 6 of Wands. So group number 2, your person's ability to kind of take this kind of very slow approach to things and come out on top, come out in a very respectable. And it's almost like, they come out to be very respectable, very deserving of admiration. That's kind of a sense of, at least from you, you've kind of maybe even seen them approach you in a very like tiptoe slow approach, and they have really impressed you with like the fact that they are so, what's the word that I'm thinking of? Observant, also just cautious in general. You have this Temperance card, so maybe you see them as like having patience with you, or really helping you to kind of keep your middle ground, like help you to kind of stay on course even. Perhaps they are someone who in the past, maybe they did have issues with anger. Maybe that was them. Maybe this anger has to do with other people you've dealt with, or maybe, they are with you. If you're the person that has had issues with anger, they're really able to kind of to calm you, to kind of be almost like help you center yourself. You have the Queen of Cups. So group number 2, I was saying at the beginning of this reading, this could be, you may have been drawn to this reading because you tend to try to nurture a relationship or someone else before putting your needs first. But here, your person, it could be that their ability to help you focus on yourself or really connect with you on an emotional level that is understanding and supportive, that's something that you're really drawn to. And you have this Wheel of Fortune. So group number 2, it seems like your person isn't trying to control you. They are really okay just they understand there's ups and downs and things are moving, there's uncertainty, but they are pretty much taking this slower approach and being cautious because they understand that, maybe it's you guys work better together when it does go like slower, or it's more where you both are more centered and grounded, so that the highs and lows aren't so disruptive or shocking. So they help you to kind of possibly, I don't know, kind of maintain your center of, who you are and what you're trying to be. Interesting. You have the distorted masculine and this concept of worthiness that you're drawn to about your person. So the distorted masculine is that concept of like, bureaucracy, power for the sake of power, rising to the top. If one person wins, that means everyone else loses, which is kind of really difficult to find a sense of self-worth when you're trying to be in this rat race. But it could be that you are attracted to your person in the sense of them trying to figure out, and maybe this Knight of Pentacles and Nine of Swords, kind of making sure that they are doing the respectable thing. They are focusing on themselves. They're understanding the demands of the world, and very consciously moving forward in a way where they are trying to kind of sidestep those potential pitfalls of, it's like actively moving through the world. Like the Knight of Pentacles is actively hardworking, making steps forward, but also it could be you're drawn to how they are trying to sidestep the pitfalls of like typical just, superficial power, wealth, climb to the top. You have reparenting yourself. So it does seem like you are drawn to your person because they are, maybe they had something in their past similar to something in your past where it's like, I'm going to make sure, like, I'm not going to make the same mistakes that my parents did, or I'm going to make sure that I am nurturing my inner child, or like there are beliefs that growing up they were fed and they're recognizing like, hey, this isn't necessarily the way I want to go. This is not necessarily what I want for myself. I'm not going to be in this rat race. I'm going to take things slowly. I'm going to do things where I come out on top, but I'm also really proud of who I am, connecting with people in a way that's like meaningful and not overbearing, and kind of taking life as it comes. So it seems you're really drawn to that aspect of your person. So let's see what else we have. We have this positive rose colored glasses and shine brightly. So group number 2, you are drawn to the fact that, your person kind of sees the truth that you've had decided that's really center of who you want to be. It's like they see that as well, and they see even like, the day-to-day the day-to-day pressures of being the best and fighting for what you need, and fighting in a way that brings other people down, and they're just trying to be like the best version of themselves. They're trying to be positive. They're trying to match that luminosity that you have, or that they're drawn to. You have this soul family card. So group number 2, you may feel like that your person is like, a soulmate. They're very supportive, that they basically, I feel like even though it's not explicit with the, because you got a decent amount of swords over here, and this concept of success and power, that kind of like concept of masculine energy and this, you have the pentacles here in terms of just like, stability and making sure you're grounded. Over here, you've got pentacles, swords, wands, cups. So it's like your person has come to a place where they're kind of well-rounded. It's a decision they've made, actually. And I'm kind of looking at this Wheel of Fortune and this soul family. I'm really drawn to that. And even this like shine brightly aspect. It's almost as if you are really like fated to be together and drawn together, kind of like this twin flames over here. So you have this creativity card. So perhaps your person is artistic, creative, more able to think outside of that box, and not feel closed in by that space that you need. You're drawn to their ability to kind of see the silver lining almost. You have this disruption card. So group number 2, your person's ability to really help you get out of a funk, to help you stay on course, to kind of see where they can make a difference and how small changes can make huge effects. That's something that you are really drawn to about your person. You have ideation. So they really have this this ability to kind of to really transform an idea. Again, that concept of a silver lining, of taking something that information that's been loaded upon them and kind of pick out what's important and saying this is the way to move forward. And it is really kind of like this temperance card of like, blending aspects of the past with what's presented in the present and building that future of what they want for themselves and taking that time. You have heartbreak. So group number 2, it seems like your person understands what it's like to have, to be disappointed, to love someone and have their expectations or their beliefs totally like shattered. And it seems like they have been able to find a way forward, to build the person that they want to be and how they need to be in life. So it seems like you're drawn to that. And there is like that similarity I feel over here, especially with that 5 of Swords and the 6 of Swords. You have that Spy card. Interesting. So group number 2, you feel connected to your person, maybe because you both approached this connection in a very not necessarily protected, but slow way. Perhaps you met online, perhaps you met through, friends' Instagrams or something, but it's a sense of you kind of were both checking each other out maybe, or you were checking them out. They were checking you out from a distance. That's that kind of thing. Like approaching this from a distance and not really kind of forcing anything, kind of just letting things kind of happen. And it seems like that's something that you're drawn to. And you have differences. So group number 2, your person, they don't necessarily have the same, maybe you have similar aspects of your past, but how they occurred, maybe totally different. Maybe for them it has to do with like parent-child relationships, role models, and yours is more like, bullying from neighborhood kids, but it could be neither of those. That's just like an example of like learning certain life lessons. They aren't exactly the same lessons, and they're not exactly the same, like, this is what I've learned and how I'm going to move on, but somehow you two have crossed paths, been drawn to each other, but aren't necessarily doesn't necessarily mean that you aren't going to be meant for each other. It's like I'm looking at this twin flames and I'm looking at this differences, but I'm also looking at this soul family and shine brightly. So it could be that you two are, on a great path forward. It might be that you two are just learning from each other and might not romantically be connected here on out, but have learned a lot and will continue to learn a lot from each other and maybe go on to be like amazing life friends. But it really seems that you're drawn to each other because at the core of it, there's some aspects of mirroring, the concepts of kind of things in the past influencing the choices that you're making for your future, and really respecting each other. That's kind of this word of respect, like really respecting each other regardless of, what each of you wants. And your person is really okay going with the flow. So however you need to keep this space and fill the space within you and around you, your person understands that might not include them, and that's okay because they still feel strongly bound to you, and that's something that you're really drawn to. So group number 2, I hope this provides a helpful perspective of the intensity of the romantic spark between you and the person on your mind. We'll see you next time. Take care. Welcome back. This is the reading for group number 3, those who picked Witch's Tarot and Peacock Ore, to explore what fuels that romantic spark between you and a certain someone. So I have here 3 pieces of lucky green aventurine to create a partition for the reading. I'm using Witch's Tarot for you to see what intensifies the romantic chemistry, and I'm using Modern Spellcaster's Tarot for your person to see what intensifies the romantic chemistry for them. So with Peacock Ore here, this is a gemstone that promotes joy, happiness, creativity, and allows for new perspectives. So group number 3, some of you may have been drawn to this reading because you want to have a positive attitude about you and your connection with your person, but at the same time want to know objectively what's going on so you can deal with what is actually there. So let's explore what makes the person on your mind feel connected and attracted to you. Group number 3, you have the Justice card, and you have the Wheel of the Year. So group number 3, your person is drawn to that, go with the flow, things will be better, things will turn out better, attitude, but also knowing that there is an objective truth. There is, what you kind of hope for and not really hold on too tightly to that idea, and what you kind of recognize is going to be the reality of something based on what you put into it in the first place. So that idea of being practical but hopeful, and also you're going to be okay with whatever that is. You have here the 8 of Swords, and you have the 6 of Pentacles. So group number 3, your person they're attracted to your tendency to kind of want err on the side of being overcautious because you want to make sure you are being more generous than taking. You want to make sure that you aren't seen in a way of taking advantage of others. So you might hold back, how aggressive you are, thoughts that you have, things that you say, things that you want even, because they know that the purpose is for there to be balance and harmony overall. Not that it's almost like you go out of your way to make sure that you're not trying to take advantage of anyone, that you want things to be fair, that you want people to everyone to come out on top, but they know that you, to a certain degree, sacrifice your will a little bit, just to let there be harmony amongst others. You have here the Five of Cups and the Knight of Swords. So group number 3, it seems that your person really, they are drawn to your desire to be happy, to kind of face the truth of things. They are also drawn to trying to help you. They really kind of sense, there may have been something in your past that made it so that you experienced a loss that you don't want anyone else to have to deal with. And it's almost like you're trying to protect people. Well, I guess I'll take those. It's like they are drawn to you being a martyr a little bit, you trying to be a protector, and they're drawn to you trying to almost battle everyone else's battles for them. They might not need it, they might not want it for themselves, but they are drawn to. It's almost like you are so you sacrifice so much for others. They're not banking on it, but they know that you're doing it because you are going to be able to, like, again, this wheel of the year, you're going to be able to bounce back. You're going to be able to be just fine. You are going to be able to kind of rise to the occasion when you need to, but ultimately you will allow, it's like you very much want to help people accomplish more than they thought they could, have more than they thought. And maybe you feel like you have a lot, or maybe you know what it's like to have a certain loss, and you are like almost helping to overcompensate that for others. Like, you definitely want to protect others, but it's not like they're drawn to you being sad or drawn to melancholiness. It's like a fight in you that you're willing to have moments where you are kind of holding yourself back, because you know within you have so much fight and you have so much resilience, that it's a warrior type mentality almost. So here we have the divine feminine. So group number 3, your person is attracted to your desire to take care of others. It is that aspect of nurturing, wanting to really embrace life. You know that you've had experiences in the past where you're still working through it. You know that you are affected by the people around you in your environment, and that you affect them as well. And they really are drawn to that, like, divine feminine energy that you have. You have this luminosity. So this is kind of another aspect of the divine feminine, where there is a sense of grace, a sense of allowing, being grateful, being courteous. It's really like you are kind of know that you, like, almost like confident and working on yourself in a way where you have this this love, this light within you that allows you to take a step back, not necessarily need to be in the spotlight. A sense like a modesty, almost like you're not trying to be overbearing, you're not trying to be nitpicky or naggy, you're not trying to force other people to like look at what they did wrong. It's like a very grateful, graceful, let people kind of figure themselves out, but help them along the way in a way where you're more like putting yourself in the path of any obstacle that they might face. And you have this card of creativity. So group number 3, your ability to kind of, like I said, have a situation where, you're maybe allowing or holding yourself back, allowing yourself to like be like allowing other people to have power, allowing other people to kind of take up space and go through your day and then tap into your inner light, that divine feminine, that caring, that inner magic in you, and then see things for the positives, kind of let things flow, recognize things are getting better. And actually, as I'm looking at this here, this creativity in the center is very much like has that look, the image of that wheel of the year, like letting things go, letting things flow, and seeing that there's a new approach to do something. And like with this Eight of Swords and the Five of Cups, it's not necessarily like, it's just aspects of how you operate, not necessarily you being sucked into a certain mindset or sucked into an emotional like downfall. It's how you operate and why, and how you are able to bounce back quickly. So with this creativity, it's as if you can see things in that new perspective. You can see things like totally change the environment and then bounce back and be who you need to be. So here we have this gaining speed card. So your person is attracted to, again, that resilience you have, that ability to kind of let the environment kind of play out in a certain way, and then insert your will at the right time. Insert what you have to say, what you need to do. It's very much like you are someone who sacrifices for others. But again, like I said, it's because you have so much like resilience, so much inner strength, inner power, that you can easily pop yourself up and assert what you want at any time almost. And so like they are drawn to your ability to really, it's almost like maneuver in your environment, manipulate your environment, and kind of how quick things can change when you put your mind to it. You have this take flight. So it's kind of like, again, that ability to kind of rise above, to kind of look at things from a higher perspective, and kind of, when you need to, jump into this Knight of Swords action, like make things happen. And you have imagine. So again, that creativity, you are really, they're drawn to your ability to kind of create, to manufacture how you want to be, how you want to operate, the environment around you, and you do it with such like grace and sensitivity and care that they're really drawn to that. So let's see, group number 3, what else we have for you. You have disruption. So it is a sense like they are drawn to how like bold you are, and in this sense of like withdrawing and kind of popping up and asserting your will, that disruption is it draws attention. It really shows how masterful you are in terms of your timing, in terms of your gracefulness. Like it's almost like people don't see what hit them. I get the sense of like, so let's say someone is being rude. You're not someone who's going to get in their face and necessarily tell them off. You are going to create a certain environment where they get kind of put in a position where the outcome is that they learned that they were being rude. They learned why being rude isn't good for them. It does no positive, for anyone in the environment, and maybe even have them apologize for it. It's not like you tell them what to do. It's almost a sense of you know how to say the right things or point out certain things, or even like, the environment happens to like present itself where you kind of, it's like it helps work with you, almost like you're Snow White or something, like little birds and animals and people driving by in their cars. The timing works out well where you kind of get people to see how maybe the way they are operating isn't for their best and highest good, and get them to kind of be on the right track again. You have this consciousness. So group number 3, your person is attracted to your ability to almost read people's minds. Very much you can read the room. You get a sense of people without them having to say something. A lot of times when you ask people why they did something, why did you wear the shoes you chose today? Why those shoes? They'll come up with one answer. Oh, these shoes look good with my jeans. But there's a million answers. It could be well, these shoes were the ones I saw first because they're clean, because they're the only one I have. But there's a bunch of different answers, and it's almost as if you can tap into what it is people aren't saying but possibly thinking, and that's how you are able to be so. It's like you already know what's ahead. You are already resilient. You already can anticipate. It's like you're 3 steps ahead of everyone else. And they really are drawn to your ability to kind of recognize, you are connected to everything. You have this creativity card again. So, this aspect of magic, of being able to imagine, it's they're drawn to your ability to make your world the way you want it. To some degree, maybe again, you being drawn to this particular reading, you have this positive outlook, but you have this concept of your ability to affect people, your ability to kind of get things to go the way you want. So to some degree, you choosing this reading, it's you want this to be a genuine connection, that they see you for who you are. And not necessarily because you are kind of playing chess and getting them to feel this way about you. They see who you are. They are tapping into it, and they are drawn to you. And unfortunately, or fortunately, because you are who you are, they are going to be drawn to you. So here we have this support. So group number 3, perhaps you're someone who really helps them. Maybe you're someone who uses your sense of reason, analysis, truth speaking, being able to operate in the environment to help them succeed in life, to help them, find harmony and peace in their own world. We have this differences card. So group number 3, your ability to really make people feel included, to feel that balance and that harmony, regardless of who they are, what they look like, what their beliefs are, who they love, all those things. They are drawn to. It's just greatness. It's that luminosity card. It is you are Snow White. You love. It's not that you are someone who will go up to people and children and want to give them hugs, or want to kind of be there and with people to make sure they cross the street okay. It's not like you are trying to be everyone's mother. You are just trying to make it so everyone has a fair shot, and that at least at the bare minimum that there's harmony and people being nice to each other, being helpful to each other, being there and supporting each other. At the bare minimum, that's what you want. You have that power to kind of make that happen in your life, and so they're really drawn to that. And you have this trust card. So again, I'm really drawn to this justice card. I'm really drawn to the Knight of Swords and this justice card, where you really trust in yourself. They trust you. They trust that you have the best intentions for people, that you aren't trying to unreasonably take advantage of someone. It's like you will, if someone like lost their, like dropped $20, you would kind of look for the person whose $20 it is or give it back to them. You're not trying to take advantage of everyone. And they are really drawn to that. So group number 3, let's dive into what it is about your person that really fuels the flames of passion for you. We have the 10 of Swords and the 6 of Swords. So group number 3, it could be that your person, maybe your person is someone that you haven't always would have wanted as your person. Maybe there's someone who didn't do the upright thing in the past, but that they are trying to move on. Or they are someone who got, screwed over by others in the past, and that they are trying to move on. They're trying to move on and healing. Like they understand like the things that you're trying to protect others from, they have firsthand experience with it. And so like you are, you're drawn to that. They know what it is that you are trying to like eliminate, like an obstacle that you're trying to take away from other people having to deal with. Have the Queen of Cups here. So again, that divine feminine, you're, it's almost like they have it as well. Like they, having gone through this 10 of Swords situation, going through this 6 of Swords situation of needing to find that inner peace and knowing that they need somebody's assistance to do that, and trying to find that sense of peace and harmony within themselves and within their world, they have kind of embraced this divine feminine nurturing aspect that, kind of like has them really feeling deeply. So this 5 of Cups that you've experienced in your life, this 10 of Swords, it's like similar kind of outcome where there is an understanding of how to operate. And for them, they're operating, you are more analytical. You also have that ability of, you trust your instincts. You're able to operate within your environment and, have that kind of connection with your mind and your heart, your intuition. They are very much more following their emotions. They are trusting their emotions as, when they are operating. And even with you, they are trusting that vulnerable and at the same time nurturing part of themselves to lead them to you and have them, trust in you, and trust that you wouldn't put them in that situation again. You have the Queen of Pentacles. So group number 3, your person's ability to kind of, again, have that nurturing, caring side to them, that they are willing to kind of say, hey, I need time for myself. I need time to make sure I can do this sufficiently so that I can be there. It's like they really care about being okay in themselves, and they want to be able to like be there with you as well, but they more are, whatever this 10 of Swords situation is, they do not necessarily want to be the overpowering one. Maybe they are, and interestingly, I have the Queen of Swords. So the aspect of like, the difference I see here is you've got that very much like active, like willing to fight, willing to take on that battle, willing to kind of insert yourself and make things happen. They are okay with you doing that. They don't it could be that, doing that led to this 10 of Swords situation. They are okay letting you, run the show. They are definitely paying attention. They are definitely, with their mind, their body, their emotions, they are present. They are in attendance, but they don't necessarily want to be the one to kind of force things to happen or to make things happen. And it seems like because you have that more like take charge kind of energy, they're drawn to you for that, and you're drawn to them for like being more like, yeah, no, I see you, I got you, I understand you, do what you need to do. So let's see what else we have here. We have the Justice card. So it's, again, this sense of like almost cause and effect. Like you guys are really drawn to each other because of your past, how you've both dealt with it, and the type of people that you are growing into as a result of it. It's kind of working in harmony, and it's like, you know, cause and effect is like, you know, if you put this into it, then you get this out of it. It's never like absolute, but the way you two operate in life is making sure that you err on the side of doing, like, staying true to your integrity, not compromising your beliefs, and that's really what kind of draws you two together. So you have this card of abundance. So group number 3, you feel connected to your person's ability to appreciate the small things, and maybe they are financially or materially wealthy, maybe they're not, but they live each day as if they have everything they need, that they're good as is, and anything else is just icing on the cake, and that's something you're drawn to. You have this worthiness card. So group number 3, you feel connected to your person's desire to know that they matter, to know that whatever's happened in the past has kind of contributed to who they are now, and they are not going to, you know, at times other people's opinions and what happens around them affects them just like everybody else, but they are definitely going to stick to this, I'm going to take care of myself and make sure I stick with my beliefs, that I am of value, that I am growing and moving in the direction I want, as opposed to what someone else thinks I should do or the value that they place on me. So you're drawn to that. You have this serendipity card. So group number 3, it could be that, you know, you two met at some event, some time where you kind of recognized this kind of mutual belief about how your purpose in the world, almost where you've been, what you can, you know, what you can do going forward and how you impact others. And it's that concept of kind of going with the flow. Like, it's like you are attracted to their, like, hey, you know, this happened to me, but if I didn't have this happen in my life and you didn't have that happen in my life, we wouldn't have been here together to meet necessarily. Like, this kind of all happened for a reason. And so, like, kind of them being grateful about just that in itself is kind of why you are, part of why you are drawn to them. So let's take a look at what else we have here. Group number 3, we have this summer card, and it is kind of making me think of this luminosity. Like, they are really trying to embrace that sun energy, trying to find that, like, joy, and, you know, trying to take up space in a positive way, and you're drawn to that. You have twin flames. So again, this concept of the Justice card, which in this deck is number 11. Over here it's number 11, and you can see it's like, this 11 looks like 2 1s, twin flames. So you guys balance each other out, you mirror each other a bit, and you have this on course. So to me, it seems like you're drawn to their progress. Maybe they're still in this 6 of Swords, like healing and getting a sense of balance, and being more, not just accepting of who they are, but being more intentional about who they want to be and how they want to be and operate. And that's something you are drawn to. So we have this anger card here. So it could be like they have issues with anger, had issues with anger. It could have led to this 10 of Swords situation. Interestingly, you've got these court cards, you got the Justice card, and you've got these swords. So, you know, how they think about things or how they thought about things really maybe tripped them up in the past. And, you know, I think you being drawn to that is because you can really affect them. It's almost like you know what triggers them. You know what their downfalls or potential downfalls are. So it's like you do want to help them. You have protection. So you're also, it's like you do want to kind of protect them from themselves. You see that they're on a good path and that they, like, it's almost like it doesn't hurt to like help them even more. So you're drawn to helping them. It's not at all like the basis of your relationship. It seems like more of these like queen energies and that justice energy. That's more what you're drawn to, and helping them to kind of continue embracing that. And maybe even with the Six of Swords, maybe you're the one helping them on that journey. You want to be there for them, and you have growth. So you do see this person has potential. You find them, great as is, and really want to be part of their future. It's almost like you see potential for them to have that kind of gracefulness and ability to affect their environment. They just need to kind of see things a little bit differently, be shown the ropes a little bit. You're not trying to change them. You're trying to, give them more tools that they probably, just didn't know they had or are still looking for to, get through life, to start thriving. You have heartbreak. So, you have that Knight of Swords here and that Justice card. It could be like that knight in shining armor. You are drawn to wanting to stand up for them, wanting to have their back, wanting to make them, it's like to support them when they need to focus on themselves, when they need to harden up, when they need to, recognize they come first. Kind of being that person that says, yeah, you do. You need to come first. You need to be okay with you first and foremost. So you definitely want to be there to kind of help them like rise up from whatever that rock bottom situation was. Maybe it has to do with heartbreak. Maybe it's not necessarily romantic heartbreak. It could be like a friend betraying them, a parent, family member. You have this gifts card. So group number 3, your person's ability to kind of surprise you in positive ways, to kind of appreciate the small things of life and not so small things, kind of to see that they are really grateful for their connection with you and what they have. That's something that you're drawn to. You got this true love card. So group number 3, you're drawn to the way that you feel like this twin flames. And if you want to know, that card here says open up. So you are really drawn to the potential of you to being on the same page, being right for each other. Maybe not right now, but that this could be your true love, and maybe them recognizing or wanting that as well is something that you are really attracted to. So group number 3, I hope this provides a helpful perspective of the intensity of the romantic spark between you and the person on your mind. We'll see you next time. Take care.